Logan.
Yes, it does.
He actually looks more like another, more obscure actor that is just totally escaping my mind. Like, I can totally see his face, but I can't remember what movie he was in. And when I do, I'm going to make sure I do a side-by-side comparison and maybe even upload it to, have you ever seen that video or that website called Totally Looks, or I think it's called Totally Looks Like. And it has side-by-side, it has side-by-side pictures. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
I think it's totallylooks.com or something like that, where you could see side-by-side pictures of one person that totally looks like another person, and it's pretty funny.
I saw somebody the other day that looked like Alice Cooper.
Oh, right. I think I was the one that pointed that out, and I had you rolling.
Yes, you did, because it was spot on. So,
okay, go ahead.
So there's a YouTube video on theconservativetreehouse.com, and if you click on it, it says this video has been removed. Then below it is flashing in red, says update. It appears Tommy Diamasimo, or the person who owns the YouTube account, deleted the video associated in efforts to hide the content, whatever. However, we found an alternate and identical copy for educational purposes available right here. So
educational, how about press? You should be able to do that. But anyway, Check this out. In the interview with CNN, Damasio, or whatever his name is, was asked, are you affiliated with or connected to or in any way with ISIS? And he said, no, I'm not. I have nothing to do with ISIS.
Wow.
That's what he said in the interview.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know if I'd want to claim ISIS, though. I don't know.
No, he said he's not. He said he's not, which, based on what you're saying, and I'm sure you're going to be able to rip that video, aren't you?
Oh, of course. Well, no, I will.
It's got to be
published. I will air it. I don't rip nothing.
Well, what I mean is you can use it for news purposes. Right, it's newsworthy.
So check this out. There's a guy that calls himself Marlon Brando on Twitter, and it is Damasimo's picture, and he takes a selfie of him with 3 other girls, and then it says FUB at real Donald Trump. So it's so sad that his Twitter account is Young Lion King. It's just
okay. So let's talk about his affiliation or involvement in Black Lives Matters.
Right?
Is he what nationality, or not nationality, but what ethnicity is he? He looks totally white. Well, it doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't matter to me what color he is, or what nationality, or what ethnicity, or gender, or whatever. But what I'm saying is Black Lives Matters would never, ever allow him into a meeting, because it is their one of their rules that only black people are allowed in their meetings.
Well, I'm going to say, going by his last name and by the thick bush,
the way he looks,
the thick bushed unibrow that obviously he has to pluck, otherwise it would be a complete caterpillar on his head. I'm going to say he's probably either somewhere, whether it be Italian, Greek, maybe somewhere around that region.
Syrian?
Yes! Syrian.
So he would probably, if he has any hope of getting into a Black Lives Matter meeting, he could at least claim to be brown.
Oh, he's also a student of Wright University in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, but that makes never mind. And by the way, if Wright State University wants to have any integrity at all, they would expel this idiot.
Right. So he's a leftist thug who participates often in protest, including flag burning. By his own admission, he's a self-identified activist, and he says he's with Black Lives Matter.
Well, I don't think they'd let him into a meeting.
Probably not. He looks way too light. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much they're hating, but anyways.
No, they flat out. So did you hear about Black Lives Matters wanted to have a meeting in, I believe it might have been either a public library or something to that effect, but it was definitely a public spot. It was a public building. And when they found out that they were not allowing anybody to go, they ended up canceling the meeting because they said, whoa. You have to be black to get into this meeting. You are not allowed in this meeting unless you're black.
And they were told they couldn't hold it for being racist.
No, they said, no. You cannot have it in this building unless it's open to everybody, including, it's not about being racist, it's a public spot, and anybody in the public should be allowed to go in there and sit down at your meeting. And they said, no. And they said, yes. And they said, well, okay, fine. Well, we're not going to have it here then. So they held that strong to their hard and fast rule of not allowing any non-blacks into their Black Lives Matter meeting. And so now you understand a little bit more why, when you say all lives matters, it's a deep, deep offense to them and their racist message.
Right. No, that makes complete sense. No, without a doubt.
Right. There you go.
So I don't know how true this one is either. There's a bunch of articles coming out on Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, and I just got to kind of report what I see. Obviously, not everything on the internet is true. This is from southcrane.com. They're claiming that a Vermont judge is to toss Cruz and Rubio off the state's ballots due to natural-born citizen dispute.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so I hate using the word natural born. Marco Rubio, I'm not sure about. I didn't do a whole lot of research on him. We here on SmythRadio have always talked about what we believe natural born citizenship should mean with regards to eligibility for the president. And there's a good reason for that, and we explained it in several of our episodes if you want to go back and listen. But the thing about Cruz, it's not about whether he's natural born and what the definition of natural born and all that. Throw all that out the window. We're actually talking about whether or not he is currently a U.S. citizen at all.
Right. And, we posted that video to them. So scathing.
It's... Well, here's
the thing.
By the way, go ahead.
The thing about Marco Rubio, neither one of his parents are American citizens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, neither one of them are citizens.
So, but if he was born on U.S. soil, there's going to be a 14th Amendment case.
They call Rubio the first anchor baby to run for president.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's true. That's true. Wait a minute, hold on. He would only be an anchor baby if at least one of his parents was illegal. Because the whole point of being an anchor baby is that you would be thrown out, except you can't be thrown out because your child is an American citizen, and so you can't throw out a child who's an American citizen.
Oh, so maybe his parents were here on a visa.
Maybe, and then maybe they overstayed their visa or whatever.
Whoa!
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And they needed to have a baby real quick so they could stay. Oh, Lord.
Well, and so this is the big loophole in American law, immigration law. It's so ridiculous. Because of the 14th Amendment, which I think is a really horribly worded law in the Bill of Rights, horribly worded, because it allows for the most blatant loopholes, and it puts our entire country at risk. But basically, you can either sneak over, or you could come in legally with a green card, and if you have a child on U.S. soil, you will now be here forever, no matter how illegal you are, because they will not deport the parents of an American child, because it would mean one of two things. Either A, the child goes into foster care, or B, you're literally deporting an American citizen.
Right. No, right.
So because of that gaping loophole, that child is what is referred to as an anchor baby. because they throw it off the side of the bow, and it sticks into the soil, and you just can't get rid of that boat anymore.
No, it's docked. It's in dry dock.
It's dry dock. Yeah, you can't even slide that thing off.
So this judge is saying the child's mother has U.S. citizenship. The child's father has U.S. citizenship. The child, his location of birth, and his parents make him a U.S. citizen. So the judge is claiming that is a natural-born citizen. The citizen,
right, and that
mother, father,
the definition.
And you can come to America from other countries, gain your citizenship here, and marry a woman from another country, bring her here, have her gain her citizenship. Both of you are citizens, and both of you just came to America a year ago. Whatever. You have a baby in Hawaii at the same hospital. Same hospital Obama was born in. Okay.
Is Hawaii a city in Indonesia? I just need to know that.
It actually is. But I digress. So that baby is a natural-born citizen. I've got to use the words because that's what the word is in the Constitution. That's just the word. So natural-born citizen, your mom was a citizen, your dad was a citizen, you were born either in America, on American soil, meaning you're registered at a consulate, American consulate, shortly after your birth at a foreign hospital. You're born on a U.S. military installation. I mean, it's so easy. There's so many ways if you're outside of the country to get your child recognized as a citizen.
Well, but there's a difference between being a citizen and being eligible to be president of the United States. There is a difference there. You don't just say, well, yeah, sure, I'm a U.S. citizen and I'm running, so whatever, don't mess with me. No. There's more to being eligible for the president than just being a U.S. citizen. Obviously, when they say natural-born, the argument that the other side would say, and I think it's a good argument. I think that it should be hashed out in court. I think that the will of the original founders should come through. I think that their intention, whatever their intention was, is what should be the law. I think it should be worded a little bit more specifically. And I think that we have discussed what the intentions of the founding fathers were.
Okay.
And I think that we're right about that.
Yeah.
But here's what the argument is on the other side. The argument is that the only definition of natural-born citizen is the opposite of somebody who becomes naturalized. Either you're natural-born or you naturalize through the citizenship process after you're born. So natural-born means you don't have to go through the citizenship process because you are naturally born in the U.S. And that's their only definition. So if you have two ISIS illegal immigrants who jump the Canadian border, and they're here to destroy America.
Yes.
And while they're here illegally, they invaded. They're actually two spies from Syria or whatever, and they jump the border and they're all ready to get their bomb-making equipment. They're all ready to go. Oops! By the way, we just got pregnant. 9 months later, we have a child. 45 years later, that child can run for the president of the United States. Are you out of your freaking mind?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Something else to this Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5 of the Constitution says that the person to be eligible has to be 35 years of age and been 14 years a resident within the United States.
Which I think that Cruz satisfies that.
Well,
right?
not if he wasn't a citizen and up until 2014.
Well, hold on. If he was a resident here for more than 14 years, right?
Oh. So at the time, but don't you have to be a citizen for that 14 years of residency?
You have to be natural born, which is their argument is that he was because one of his parents was an American citizen who gave birth to a child in a foreign country, which, by the way, I love how P.P. Simmons points out. They're the only ones that point this out. being born to an American citizen outside of U.S. soil is not enough